Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to transform Starfield with mods. So this is the list that I have. I'm going to leave leave the list in the description so you can check it out. Okay, so we're going to start with interface mod. This one, 120 Hz smooth AI. That is like because certain UI elements on Starfield they are at 30 FPS. So this version you're going to want to choose the trim version. And if you go to this website, I'm not going to teach you how to install those mods, but you can find the information here on the website. You're going to choose this version here because the trim version, because the full version it makes some HUD elements disappear too quickly because it wasn't properly converted to 120 hertz, so it's just faster animation. Second is the Star UI HUD inventory and the Star UI configurator, and why I'm gonna show you right now. So I have Starfield open right here. You guys can see. Let me turn down the volume so you guys can hear the volume straight from the computer. You see how the fonts are different already. You have some special icons and stuff. Okay, forgot the game has to load. All right. So a bunch of stuff changes in the inventory too. See how, I mean, I'm just a new Starborn, so things are a little different, but it's pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with it. You just install it, you're gonna love it. I'm sure of it. So there's no question as to why you would like it or not. And then you have with this mod the Star UI configurator, and that allows you to change the mod to make it however you want it to be. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I like from that mod and how the things that I change. I think it makes the game more immersive. So you just go all the way to Star UI HUD. That's the only thing that I change. I go to watch and I like to reduce the scale of the watch. See this watch right here in the game? I put it at 80%, and then you have to disable the 3D effect for it to work, and the player meter too, like the health bar and everything. I also make it 80% so that it's a little, as you can see here on the screen, it's a little smaller, and you have to turn off the 3D effect for this to work. The next thing I do, you know the crosshair, that little tiny ball that's in the middle of the game, like you see that there's no ball, there's no crosshair for me, you know. You can turn it off within the game menu. If you just come all the way here, where is accessibility, you can turn it off. Where did it go? I don't know. It's somewhere in here. All right. Here, crosshair. You see it's on, but you don't see anything. So the reason why I don't use the in-game toggle is because it turns off the weapons. Oh, I don't have any weapons to show you guys because I just restarted the game. But with this, what this mod does, if you use the mod, it just turns off the crosshair, not the weapon crosshair, if that makes sense. So what I do, wait, is it here? Crosshair, enable crosshair. You can just I don't disable it here though, because if you disable it here, it's gonna turn off everything, like the weapon aim and everything. So I don't like that. What I do instead, I just go here into Crosshair Replacement mode, and then I go to the dot, which is the thing that I don't like. Wait, I have to choose here, and then you just choose a very low value, like 2. For some reason 0 doesn't change anything. And you can also, I don't know why, you can also reduce like reduce the scale of the weapon. The weapons, like the scope of the weapons and the aiming symbol. You know, like sometimes it's a circle, sometimes it's an X. You can choose by weapon, so it's pretty cool. And that's all I do here. Everything else I just leave the way it is. And there are also presets and stuff you get to choose from. I chose, if you simply install this mod, it's gonna show you a preset where all the icons are blue. You see my health is white, right? If you look at my health, it's white, but the default is blue. You're gonna have to change that, and the mod, the page where the mod is, it's gonna explain to you. It's right here. It's gonna explain how do you change from one preset to the other. I recommend It's right here. Let me show you. If you go to interface and Star UI HUD presets, I recommend using this one. Author's choice, no colors, because this one, author's choice, it's everything looks, it's blue. I don't know why, I didn't like it, but that's beside the point. Okay, next one, Star UI inventory. Okay, you have all of these. This one is pretty cool, less intrusive scanner. I'm just gonna show you what it's like. It's just a scanner with less stuff on it. As you can see, it's more faint, and I think it's just better. There's nothing much to say about it. I just think it looks much better. Why is my controller not working? Okay, hang on. All right. So you can still see everything, but the colors are more fainted, and you can see more of your background and stuff. So I totally recommend this one. I think you're gonna like it too. Next one, dark mode for terminals. You know those terminals that had that really bright light? If you choose this one, it changes all the terminals. I'm gonna show you some examples here because I'm not close to a terminal right now, but it's a pretty cool one. They have pictures. You see everything is black, and I think it's way cooler. I don't know why they had it in white. Even and they keep the art style of the terminal, so you don't have to worry about something that dramatically changes your experience. It just makes them easier to read because it's a darker color, not that full brightness on your face. Okay, next one, enhance subtitles. So it just changes the subtitles to a more pleasing font. Pretty much, and enhanced dialogue pretty much does the same thing, but with the dialogue choices. And let me show you here in game what it looks like. So I'm here just walking around. Let me find someone to talk to. You see how the subtitles don't have that black bar around it, or and then if you talk to people, okay, I can't talk to him. It does the same thing. It just improves the font, so it's pretty cool. There's a caveat with this mod though, and what it does, it's if you choose the 120 version of it, 120 hertz, I would recommend it choose the 30 FPS version, because if you come here, for example, if you go to their website, to Nexus Mods, it's gonna give you, see, here's a before and after, just so you guys can see it. This is before, this is after. I think this one is much better, but there are options too you get to choose from. I just chose the default. I thought that was the best one, so there you have it. And they have several versions. They have the 60 FPS and 120 and 30. I would recommend using the 30, because if you use 120, there's a file in this mod that makes the other HUD elements go faster. So they simply disappear faster because the mod wasn't properly converted into 120. So you can use the 120 or the 60 FPS, but that's going to happen. The messages are going to go by faster. Or you can simply change these two, let's see, these two files here, or actually just this one. You can choose just this one and change it for the one that's 30 FPS. That's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much what you have to do. Okay, next, you have undelayed menus, which is pretty self-explanatory. Whenever you open a menu, it just opens it pretty quickly. See how there's no delay? The vanilla version has like some sort of like animation that looks like it's glitching, but it's just an animation. And this one is like pretty fast. You just open, close, there's no delay. And also the weapon menu, it just opens pretty quickly without that slight delay that the vanilla version has. This one is a big one, because the other day I was playing the game in vanilla version by accident. I actually chose the wrong file, and then I was like, oh my god, this menu is so annoying, the vanilla version, and I just realized, okay, I'm not playing the vanilla version. Alright, I am playing the vanilla version, that's what I realized. Next one, ammo type icons. What this one does, okay, I can't show you right here, so because I don't have any weapons right now. But if you just go to the Nexus Mods, it's a pretty cool one. It's a very subtle, but if you look here, okay, it's loading. Oh, this is the undelayed menu. Sorry, my bad. all these mods, you guys can just check the website or check the where the mod is located. So you see here how it's showing the type of ammo, but in the vanilla version this is not here. So that's pretty convenient, right? You just know what type of ammo this weapon uses, and you can choose to pick up ammo without opening the menu. That's so pretty damn good. I don't even know why someone would not want that. It's pretty small, so you can barely tell. This one shows different health bars symbols, because in vanilla game you just have white and red when you're almost dying, and this version has white, yellow, orange, and red. So pretty self-explanatory. I totally recommend this one. For the next one, show star names. This one is pretty good because you know when you're playing Starfield and then you open the map, then you zoom out, and then there's a bunch of planets and star systems, but you can't see their names. You have like to get close to them or zoom in. Well, what this mod does, it just shows all of them at once, so you don't have to zoom in into any star system to see their names. The downside of it is that a lot of star names will be like on top of each other, like these three here. They're like all clustered. It looks a little messy though, but I think it's more convenient, and it's up to you, obviously. I think this is very like personal. Slightly better map icons. This one is one of my favorites because look what it does. It gives color to the map icons. Like in the vanilla version, everything here is just black and white. That's it. And look how cool it is. Like every time you discover a new location, it has different colors, and overall the map is just way more colorful. I think that Bethesda, what they did with this game, like I love this game, but I think they missed the opportunity to make things way more colorful. So that's all it does. Pretty simple mod. And now for the graphical mods, my favorite's Luma HDR. It was even cited by Digital Foundry as being like the best HDR version that this game has, because the HDR version that comes with it uses Windows Auto HDR, so it's not a proper HDR, I'd say. And it also gives you a bunch of options. Like, so these are the options that this mod gives me. It has SDR, HDR10, and it has another option that I'm not going to toggle because that's going to crash my game, because it's not compatible with frame generation. So it's sRGB. That version is not compatible with frame generation, which is what I'm using. You get to choose a bunch of stuff here. It has a bunch of options. You can even disable bloom, which I don't like that much, so just put it 9%. And the coolest part is that it lets you choose the, you know how the game has the haziness? It's this thing here, the LUT correction strength. See how the game is, let's see. Oh, I turned that off. Wait, or did I turn that on? Let me just make sure. Okay. Yeah, so what this one does, it removes that fogginess from the vanilla version. And if you put it all the way at 100, it completely removes that. But if you want that look, that's a little hazy, but you want to adjust, you don't want it to be that, excuse me. You don't want it to be too much, you just can put it like 50% or something. And something else that it does, it lets you choose the color grading strength. You might have noticed that this game has a lot of greens, has a lot of like green tones. It has a lot of, I don't know, brown tones. And you can change that. There's a lot of LUTs out there that lets you like change that, but here you can do it in the middle of the game. I choose it at 67% because I kind of like the look of the game, but if you put it at all the way to 0, it's just gonna have a more it's a more neutral tone. You can see it very well right now because it's at night, but if you go to places like Sidonia that's a very red, you're gonna notice like the difference, and you can play around. And even in actually, what's the city? Aquila City? That's the place you're gonna see the most difference. So what's cool about this mod is that it gives you the option to choose. If you choose like let's say a LUT that you have to install as a mod, you don't have much room. You don't have any room pretty much to adjust how you want things to look. And this mod lets you even adjust the strength of the LUT. So I think it's pretty cool, and it keeps the vanilla. If you want the vanilla version, just put it at 100% for this one, and then 0 for this one, which is like the setting that corrects the fogginess. But I don't think this toggle is working with this version that I'm using. For some reason I don't see any fogginess, but this is probably because I'm using a let's see, I'm using a version of the game a version of this mod that's more experimental. It's not like a released version, so the version you have is probably going to be better than this. I'm just going to keep mine at 67. Oh my god. Okay, there it is, like it was before. Okay, for the next mod, Starfield HD, it's just a bunch of settings that not settings actually, it's just a mod that improves the textures of the game. I really recommend this mod. There's a bunch of retextures out there, and I've tested some of them and I didn't see much difference. I don't know if I installed them correctly, but this was the one that made a huge difference, especially around fire. You can see the fire here. It is really this different. It is really this much better. So you can see some of the differences here. It's much sharper, and I don't think there's much of a difference, like an impact in performance. So this is just it's just an enhancement in graphics. For the next one, I'm gonna cover these later when I talk about INI settings. So all these three I'm gonna cover later when I talk about INI settings. Now for the gameplay mods, we have the real third person ADS, and what it does, I'm gonna show you here. You know when you aim, you're in third person and you aim. So what the camera does, it just goes forward. That's what the vanilla version does. But it would be nice if the image you're looking at would get bigger. So this is the vanilla version. The FOV doesn't change when you aim. The camera simply goes forward, and that doesn't help much, right, with the aim. But with this mod, you get to increase or decrease the FOV, making the image, the object you're aiming at bigger. So totally, it's much better. And the cool thing about this mod is that you can adjust it to however you want. So all you have to do, just go to your Starfield. Where's my Starfield? Oh, not this one. Okay, the mod will tell you, like if you go in the description, the mod will tell you how to adjust things, and you can read that, because otherwise it's gonna take too long. But it's pretty cool. One of my favorites. You have to test it out, and whenever you launch the game, don't forget to open console command and put the command in there. So otherwise it's not gonna work. All right. It will tell you to install it with the mod manager or Vortex. I usually don't like those, but yeah. Okay. So or actually, oh, you don't have to do that. Never mind. Okay. This is explaining what to do, and that's it. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Perk per points. This mod lets you assign more points for every level you get, which I think is great, because Starfield only gives you 1 point, 1 skill point every time you level up, and that's so little. I would increase it to at least 2 if you're starting from the game right now. But if you're already like at level 80, I'm level 92 right now, so I increased it to 8 points, because I want to, like, I'm on a 6th or 7th playthrough, and I'm not even close. I mean, I'm getting close to completing all my skill points, but it takes forever. The Baka Achievement Enabler. So this one is useful if you're using a bunch of these mods, like real third-person perks per point, because they will disable achievements, some of these mods. And if you put the Baka Achievement Enabler, you just get the achievements back. So to decorate a Starborn ship, this one is really cool, because it allows you to decorate your ship, like the Starborn ship, because as you guys know, you can't change anything inside in the Starborn ship in the vanilla version. This one, no boost assault training for our shockwave, is pretty good. It just removes an ugly effect that the game has. So whenever you get this skill here, a boost assault training, whenever you get the second one, rank 2 or 1, when you jump and use your boost, it creates an ugly effect. Like it looks like a glitch, or like your frame rate is dropping, but it's just an ugly effect, in my opinion. If you like it, just skip this mod. But if you don't like it, here's your solution. Here's how to remove it. So more immersive landing and takeoff. It just allows you to have like a different types of landings and takeoff. I'm just gonna show you what mine looks like. The mod gives you many options to choose from, or at least like around 5. But I just think it's cool to have something different. It doesn't make much of a difference, but let me just show you how my landing looks like. I mean, I'm hoping it will land. It will show the landing animation. But that's the one I chose. Oh, okay, it doesn't show here because I'm already landed here. Let me just choose a random point on the map. Wait, I think I have to go. I think I have to leave the planet for it to show the landing animation. Okay, land. And yeah, I chose this one. It's just a little different because in this game you're gonna land so many times. There it is. So that's the regular landing and then it shows you inside, and then it shows you outside again. So it's pretty simple, but all these things just make the game a little bit better. And there are different versions of this mod you can use. Okay, so instant docking in ship, skip. This is pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to wait for that the docking animation. It's just much quicker. Instant grab jump, it just makes grab jump faster. Let me show you what it looks like. Like all these things just make the game slightly better. Because I mean, it's cool to see the animation once, but after you've been doing this so many times, it just gets annoying, I think. Okay, let me just choose another system, like this system here. Whoa, let's just jump there. Loading, loading, loading. So boom, it's like probably 3 seconds faster. It doesn't change too much, but I think it's worth it. Okay, next one, shorter temple puzzles. You know those temple puzzles that take forever? You have to go after those 5 little light balls. So this one makes them like only 3. Or you can have no more temple puzzles, because when you just get there, you just get the power. You just have to go there and grab the power in the middle of all those ball things. So really good one, choose one of the 2. Or you can get a simple temple overhaul, which is kind of like you can get this one plus one of these 2. What it does, it automatically upgrades your every power you have already after each time you are reborn. So for example, here I have all the powers. These are all the 24 powers. So whenever I get reborn, my powers, I get 1 more point for this power. So right now I'm all maxed out for phase time because you can only go 10 times. But yeah, however, it will not, if you have not found a certain power, let's just say you haven't found this power yet, it's not going to work for this power, so you're not getting any points for this. So first you have to find all the powers through the regular way for this to work. Okay, so equipment is here, capeless starborn and flashlight. This is just some things that I like. You see how the starborn has that ugly cape that's like, it looks really ugly, so it just removes that. These are flashlight mods because I think the flashlight in this game is too small, so I just chose one that's bigger. And now I'm going to talk about the INI settings. So if you don't know what INI settings are, it's like this document here in Starfield. You go to Documents, My Games. Let me just show you. Documents, My Games, Starfield. It should be here. If you don't have a Starfield custom, you have to create one for all the other mods to work. How do you create one? You just go here, type new, and then a text document, and then you name it Starfield custom, just like it's written here. And what you're gonna need first is this thing here, archive. Just copy and paste this whole thing. You're gonna need this for all the other mods to work. But let's talk about display. So what this does, it increases the, oh, I forgot what it does, but just go ahead and use this. What this one does, it removes a glow that every object has. So pretty much it makes objects at night have like a light of their own, even though it's not daylight, even though there's no like brightness, there's no like light source around. Okay, these are about a volumetric light intensity. These just make the game like just look a little more, make the lights a little better. And for these two, I forgot what this one does actually, but this is the one to make clouds look better. This one also, I think, make clouds look better. And the space glow background, it removes that white glow that's around the sky when you that's around the space. You see how everything is like really dark? It's because I removed that. It's not a drastic change, but I think it makes the game much better because you can see the stars now more clearly, at least. For the next one, this has to do with I don't know what this one does actually. At this point I have so many, but I totally recommend you just can copy and paste all of these. I think you're gonna like it. Maybe this one, you can try this setting here. If you don't like it, you can just remove it or send it back to 0.4. I think that's the vanilla setting. Okay, so this one, these settings here, what they will do, they will simply create more vegetation and more stuff in the world. Like, you know how a lot of this stuff in Starfield is like procedurally generated? So that's what it does. I have two pictures here to compare that I took. Two screenshots actually. Okay, the one on the left, this one, you can look at the, just pay attention to this area right here. And then this is the version that I use. You see how there's more vegetation? Here and here, there's more like before, and this is after. There's more details and stuff. So what it will do is just populate more stuff on planets. That's it. Like there are other places where you can see this more drastically, and I think it looks much cooler in other places. I don't have a lot of screenshots from this, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have more. Okay. All these screenshots, they show something. Oh, this is the vanilla version of the game that I was showing you before with the haziness that I was talking about. This is the haziness. And what Luma does, it removes that haziness if you want, or you can just keep it. So this is without the haziness, with the haziness, without the haziness. So there you have it. Just some random screenshots from from the settings that I'm using. Oh, this is okay. This is a good one. Okay, I'm gonna get there later. Let me go slow. These settings, they just make the shadows better. I totally use it. I don't think why you shouldn't use these. And for the weather, okay, these are really important settings. The BU secondary sun equals 0. It removes a fake sun that the vanilla version has. What is this fake sun? It only occurs on planets with atmosphere, like Jemison or this planet here, I forgot what it's called, in Aquila City. You see how there's light glowing here, there's light all over the place. Where's this light coming from? There's no moon, there's just the stars, and the stars are not that bright. And even as you play the game and you let time pass, these stars are gonna move all the way here, but the light here will not change. So you know it's a static light that's coming from nowhere, because it's a fake sun that the game uses. Does it look bad? No, but it looks very unrealistic in my opinion. For example, here, there's no moon. Where's this light coming from? It seems to be coming from here, and it's casting a shadow here, but what's going on? I just think it's weird. So if you turn that off, this is what it's gonna look like. I think it's much more immersive, and you have a flashlight. You can use the flashlight if it gets too dark. So this is with the fake sun, without the fake sun, and also without that setting here, this one. The minus means that I'm just gonna negate this setting. Any value that's below 0 or that's negative is gonna negate this value, this setting here. It's that glow. I'm gonna show you. It also makes, I think it's around here, right? Yeah, okay, you see how it's a little brighter and here's a little darker? It's because the game has a fake glow to it. And during the day it's fine because you can barely see, everything's so bright already, you can barely notice. But at night it's when it gets kind of ugly, so it might look like this sometimes. And I'm like, this is so weird. This is what New Atlantis would look like. And this thing here is just unexplainable. I don't know why they did this in the game, but this is, it just looks more realistic. So I would say test it out. This is another example. This is with the fake sun turned off. That's how it should look like, because the sun is still rising and the fake sun is still on because it's technically still night. And this is the vanilla version. So you see there's like all this light, but where is it coming from? It's not coming from the sun, it's coming from a fake sun that's around here. And this is it. This is what it would look like if we just turned that off. I think it doesn't necessarily look better, but it makes it way more realistic. So I would choose to keep these settings like this. The BU secondary sun and the F sky occlusion fallback normal shift -1. It could be -100. Any negative value will make this effect be turned off. This fake glow and the fake sun that's right here. These two, they allow you the shadows of planets to be more realistic. So if you've seen an eclipse maybe in Starfield, you might have noticed that when when a planet goes in front of the sun, the light that's coming from the sun, it still hits you, so it looks a little weird and fake. So what this does, it makes it more realistic. So that's pretty much it. I think these settings, they have to do with the mods. Okay, let's see what else. I think I have some more. Interface, guide effect. Okay, so max eye track. I don't remember what this one does, because some of these settings I've been just trying out. I don't know what this one does. This has to do with the boost pack that I'm using. So, okay, this one is pretty cool. You know how when you're playing the game, let me just land on a planet. Whoa, where am I? Let me go back to... Okay, I'll just explain what this one does. So this mod, you know how when you open the scanner, and they're like dotted, they're like arrows that point you towards where you're supposed to go, and it just disappears after like 5 or 10 seconds. So what this mod does, it removes that, and it makes it be longer. So that's it. And in my case, I put it to last for 60 seconds. So you see how it's still there, it's still going. The vanilla version would just be like 10 seconds and it just disappears, and then you have to turn off and on again the scanner. And what this little setting does, it just gives you more time. So you can put it at 600, which is 10 minutes. You can choose a value that you want. Just remember it's in seconds, so you should count that in seconds. And I think these are settings that are not being used, just settings that I've been testing. And I think that's it. So a lot of mods, and I hope you guys test it out. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer as best as possible. Okay, bye.